Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the motives behind designing an application. The first motive is move data, store data, and transform data. Any application or any website or any app running in the internet or in the Play Store or any app store will be following these three motives, right? So let us see the first motive, which is moving data, right? Here we can see we have three examples. Let us get to the first example. Imagine you have a monolithic application and there are CPU, RAM and disk in it, right? And we have a program which is a C program in our disk and we want to execute it. We will instruct the CPU and the CPU will consume some RAM and take it from the disk which is a C program and we will execute it and we will result us, which means that it is moving the data from disk and accessing it through the RAM. This is one type of moving the data. Now let us get to the another, right? Assume there are two applications in your mobile. One is the WhatsApp and another one is a Adobe PDF opening app, right? And your friend has shared a PDF with you and we have downloaded. Then the PDF will be stored in your mobile, right? The PDF is moved from the WhatsApp application to your mobile by downloading it. And now the Adobe has to access it. Now the Adobe will access it using the mobile data, right? Here's how we are moving the data from the internet to our mobile through an application, right? So let us move to the third use case, which is we have a front end server and we have a backend server, right? And the user is logging in and passing the email and password credentials. The data is moved to the backend server and the data is authenticated by the backend server and the profile data is shared with the user again. Here we are sharing the data using the network between two different servers. This is how moving data works. Every application will move some data to work, right? So let us get to the next use case, which is storing data. Assume we have numbers like 1, 2, 3, and continuously, for example, up to 10, right? We have to store this. One of the best thing to store it in is array, right? Because it is a homogeneous data structure where we store elements. And for example, you have index based redundant, for example, 1 for apple, 2 for orange, etc. Then you will use a hash map to store it because it is a key value based data structure. And now we have a for example 5 to 7 elements which are connected through links, etc. Then a binary search tree is good for it, right? So based on the data and how we used to store it or how we you want to use it, the data structure is changed, right? Hence the type we store also will be changed. For example, if you have data of members like in a banking system, you will use MySQL database to store the data as it is a tabular data. For example, you have document based data. For example, you will use a NoSQL database like MongoDB to store it, right? And for example, you want to store YouTube videos or photos directly without converting into binary, then use blob storage, right? And if you are designing an operating system which will require a file system, right, then you will use a file system type storage. So based on our application storage purpose also, we will use different use case scenarios, right? Now let us come to the transforming data. For example, you have a web app where user can log in, log out, register and use prompts. And you are logging details. For example, if a user login, your console.log, for example, user logged into our website. And if your user logouts, you will log user logged out from our website. Register in our website and prompt, the user has prompted a prompt, right? You are logging everything what user does. So these logs are segregated and stored somewhere, right? So we have to transform this data and obtain something from it. We have to use the data to utilize our use cases, etc. How will we do it? For example, let us just record the login logs into one section, logout logs into one section, registers into one section, and prompts into one section. Now aggregate this data into a server like, for example, Grafana or Prometheus, such that we can defer them. So after aggregating them into this, we will get a percentage of how many logins are there, right? For example, 30%, and how many logouts are there, 20%, and 10% of registrations, and 50% of um, prompts, right? We have obtained that how many logins are done, how many logouts are done, and how many prompts are done. As prompts are done frequently, we will update the prompts such that no load will be put on the server. So every application which is designed will follow these three motives. One is move data, store data, and transform data. And we can obtain this using the system design. Thank you.